To feed her children who had gone hungry for 2 days, the woman didn't hesitate to sell the watch her husband had given her, but as she watched them finally eat their fill of steamed buns, she felt no relief. Instead, the very next morning, she took the children to the military base to demand a divorce in her past life, out of consideration for her widowed sister-in-law who might face gossip if left alone in the countryside. Her husband had given the only military-dependent quota to his sister-in-law, promising that he would bring his wife and children to live with him when the time was right. With those words, he left, though he often wrote letters afterward. He never considered their struggles. Not a single penny was sent home. He even claimed that the army strictly monitored conduct and forbade her from visiting him. Gradually, life for the woman and her 2 children became unbearable. To make ends meet, she took on multiple jobs, but when famine struck, even selling her blood wasn't enough. Eventually, they lost their home and were forced to beg on the streets until the day she watched her children freeze to death in the snow. Overwhelmed with grief, she was shocked when her husband suddenly appeared. Desperate, she begged him to save their children, only to be met with cold indifference. He declared he had returned solely to divorce her, as the army was allocating housing based on marriage status, and his sister-in-law who had taken care of him all these years deserved a home of her own. Without even glancing at the children, he walked away, leaving the woman so heartbroken she coughed up blood. Filled with hatred, she died with regrets, but perhaps heaven deemed her fate unjust when she opened her eyes again. Her children stood before her, alive and well, recognizing the familiar surroundings. She realized she had been transported back to the day she fainted from selling too much blood during the famine. Seeing her children's worried faces, she vowed to protect them this time. Without hesitation, she traded her husband's keepsake watch for food, then marched to the military base to demand a divorce. To her shock, she discovered her husband's camp was actually nearby, yet he had never once returned home. As she arrived, someone stopped her and asked her business. "I'm here to see the battalion commander," she said unexpectedly. The man shouted, "Commander? Commander's wife! You have a visitor!" A glamorous figure appeared at the top of the stairs, and when the woman looked closely, she realized it was none other than her sister-in-law. Just then, her husband rushed over at the commotion.